Good morning, good morning, good morning. Who's on? Good morning, Divine Stylist. How are you? Oh, this hair, I'm growing it out. It's horrible. Okay, I want a haircut so bad. Good morning, Harry Leet. How are you doing this morning? Um, you guys, this Periscope is about my up and coming book that I'm revising called, well, it's my book Charge Your Worth, but it's also I'm going to really focus on the profit zone, which is where my heart is at, which is where I consult stylists and work with stylists regarding getting in the profit zone. It's one thing to go to work and just take home money. And we have a habit, it's kind of our culture to go to work and meet weekly bills. But we have really got to break past that and get in a zone to where your weekly bills are taken care of or your monthly bills are taken care of in a week so that you're truly in a profit area. And so I was consulting a stylist last week. One of my friends, she was really, she struggles with taking a traditional job, an hourly job, and she's very talented hairstylist, but she's trying to solidify and get what we consider a stable income, right above the bottom line. And she's trying to get a stable income. And I was consulting her last week, and we were sharing, or we were discovering what her numbers was. One of the things I talk about in Charge Your Worth that I'll be talking about in the revised edition is, what is your number? What number will put you in the profit zone? What number will take away all anxiety, all fears, will keep you from going back to a job, will keep you from considering filling out an application, and would just truly put you in a profit zone. And it's funny because I've been in the industry 26 years now. 26 years I've been in the industry. And I always, run into quite too many stylists who are always looking for an exit strategy in terms of just, settling for a regular job. And when you think about people like Madam C.J. Walker, when you think about people like Annie Malone, who created Pero Products, who actually trained Madam C.J. Walker. She was a millionaire before Madam C.J. Walker was a millionaire. And if you go do the research on these people, they were millionaires in a time in the early 1900s when they were selling their products for like $1.50. So if they could sell products at that era, in that, or early time of the century, and become a millionaire, we have products, services, and tools that are 1,000 times marked, well over that. And we still have stylists barely trying to make six figures a year. We should be making a strong six figures a year. When I say strong six figures, I'm put out there, we should be making $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 a year if we are on target and we are going to work with definite purpose and we are planning our work and working our plan. A lot of times, people they don't have a plan. They're just going to work. There's this misconception that the hairstylist, we're just this random artist, rock star that shuffles into the salon, does great hair, puts some money in our pocket and we leave. And that's so not true, and do we make a lot of money? Yes. Some people don't even know how much money they make. They don't even know that they make six figures a year. The first time I made six figures a year, I didn't know I made six figures until I added it up at the end of the year, and then I thought about, wow, how much of that could I have saved or, plan for my, future. So some years ago, I got a little frustrated with where I was at, and I got some coaching and training, and I incorporated that into my business, and it really just changed my numbers for me. It put me in the profit zone. It had my mind focused to where every time I went to work, I was on target, and I realized I started hitting my numbers and hitting my goals, and we need to become goal oriented. What is your number? Once you know your number, then you can go to work. And in your head, I don't care what that client is gossiping about, want to talk about, complain about, you are thinking your number. You're focused on, what do I need to retail today? What services do I need to add? What do I need to upsell? How do I fill this, these 3 extra spots I have in my chair for today so that I hit my number? It is a numbers game. And if you start to think more like a business and less like a stylist, you will start to hit your numbers and get yourself in the profit zone. Now, when you get in the profit zone, then you got a budget, so you make sure you stay in the profit zone. But we have to have a number that we go into the salon knowing that this is our goal and work towards that goal. And once you hit that goal, then create a new number. Who gives us a raise? Nobody. Has your client ever called you and said, you know what, you've been doing my hair for 15 years and I think you deserve a raise? They're not going to say that. Said no client ever, you deserve a raise. They get a little nervous when you say, you know what, our prices went up, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to just give you guys a brief synopsis of one of the, colleagues I was consulting with last week. And she was telling me what her number was and what she needed to function. And to be okay. Like, if I get this, I don't need to do anything else. I don't need to have a job or whatever. So after we went through her numbers, we discovered she needs about $150 an hour, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day to get this number. Okay. And I won't go into all the details of her personal stuff, but I just want to give you the numbers. And so she needs $150. Doing her math for where she is right now in the salon, she averages about $38 an hour. Which is, for some people, they'd say that's good. But, being an independent stylist, a salon owner, there's a lot of overhead. So when you factor in all that stuff, when you factor in your retirement, your savings, your medical, your personal life, when you factor all in that stuff, your income needs to be, at a certain level so that you're covering everything. So she's at $38 an hour. She needs to be, for her to meet her number, $150 an hour. And so we started to kind of break down, what she needed to change. One, she needed to change her rate per hour. She needed to focus on her services, her key services that will give her her maximum ticket. And that for her was hair weaving. So hair weaving for her, she needed to revamp her menu. Yeah, for her new customers, she can bring in a new price. But for her older customers, how could she move her older customers from $38 an hour to about $100 an hour minimum? So if she can get her old clients to $100 an hour, then that will put her closer to her profit zone, and she can work on building new clients that put her in her profit zone. Then we realized that the other job she had, the part-time job she had, was only like $13, $14 an hour. That became not an option anymore, because that $13 an hour could be replaced with one new client a day. And that you could do in 2 hours. So to work 8 hours, 6 or 8 hours for that money, you can place that with one client. So knowing what your number is, knowing where you're at, and making the transition to get into your profit zone, to go from $20 an hour to put your business at $75 an hour so that you are meeting your goals. A lot of times we're just going to work saying, oh, I only make $1,000 a week, so I need to live a lifestyle that fits into this box of $1,000 a week. No, you need to add up what you need. We're entrepreneurs, so we get to live how we want to live. If we're not getting the money we want, it's because we haven't asked for it. So we have to create our service, create your prices, create your business, create the value in your service around the number that you need, not the number that your friend has, not what the girl down the street is charging, but for what you need. And that's how you price your services. So with that being said, I have a class coming up on December 7th called The Profit Zone. Get in the Profit Zone. And if you want to know more information about that, you can go to www.getintheprofitzone.com. But in this particular workshop, I'm actually doing two. I'm doing one in salon that's only going to hold 10 people. It's going to be more like a boardroom brunch, or boardroom lunch, I should say. And we're going to go over your numbers. You're going to bring in all your price menu, your bills. I don't need to see your bills. You need to know what your number is. So you can add up all that stuff and redesign your price menu, redesign your hourly rate so that you can get yourself in the profit zone. And for that stylist, even if you can't take your clients from $38 to $150. Of course, you can't make that big jump. But if you can move your services up to, let's say, $75 an hour with those older clients, and if they really have an issue with paying more, they know they're paying you less than what you're worth. And some people you can't afford to do. If you have to keep servicing clients that you can't afford to do, then you need to make a shift and really get to marketing, finding clients that can afford you in your profit zone. Because the longer you work outside of your profit zone, it's like going to a bad job. It's like going to a job you don't like because you know you're not getting what you want. So if you're ready to get in the profit zone, then go to www.getintheprofit.zone.com and check out the different options that I have. You can join me online, or you can join me live if you're in the Los Angeles area, and get your business ready for 2016 and shift and get yourself in the profit zone. All right, take care. Bye-bye.